to Tianjun. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Dr.
Thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you for Dr. Tang. Next one will be Dr. Liuzhong Ye. Will you share yourself, Dr.
Okay,
Ye?
yeah, I'm going to share myself.
Yourself. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so right, so I have to be enabled to do the screen sharing.
You are
I
not?
need authorization.
Oh, so strange.
Because
I think it is okay. Okay, so should be now. Should be okay now.
okay, so all right. Okay, so first of all, I think not everyone knows about me, so I'll just give everyone a brief introduction about myself. I come from China. I had my PhD, master degree, all achieved in Guangzhou University of TCM, but I had my university degree in Beijing. So both of the university are the prime prestigious university in TCM field. So after that, I moved to work in the UK since 2003. And my personal background is I married a Japanese lady. We're cooking at home, a fusion of Chinese and Japanese food cooking, and also English also, So we can use chopsticks to in one dinner, we have sushi and Chinese soup and also pasta. We can mix them together. So this is the fusion quite a lot often you can see in my family life. But however, in my practice, my TCM practice, I have a fusion style of practice. I fuse my background. I completely came from a herbal training background because all my master degree was doing like internal medicine with digestive disorder, and PhD degree was doing the Jingfang Jingui Yao Rue with arthritis, so rheumatology illnesses, all herbal backgrounds. However, I am now in my own practice. I am a specialist with the meridian palpations and acupuncture. So, and then I'll use my knowledge of herbal medicines, internal medicines, and with my practice with using acupuncture and meridian diagnosis. So this is what I'm going to talk about tonight: a fusion, a good blending of meridians, acupuncture, and herbal medicine. How you can mix them together and make the effectiveness of your treatment, achieve the best effect from your practice. So this is the topic: a smart approach, bridging meridian, symptoms, herbal formulation. I think this is the modern challenge of TCM practice nowadays, especially since the pandemic time. COVID pandemic has raised a big challenge to most of TCM practitioners. Herbal remedy had played a big role in helping. In helping with people, but chances exist along with crisis, because with a typical conventional TCM practitioner, you need to see the patient's tongue, you need to check their pulse, and you need to ask a lot of questions to be able to come to a precise differentiation and then give you a proper formula for the patient. Because during the lockdown, there's no face-to-face treatment, so there's no chance for you to do acupuncture treatment, to do any body touching, any type of that therapies and treatments. The herbal medicine can play a part in here. However, that's a limit. If you don't have a good approach to the patient's tongue and not mentioning the pulses, it will be really totally relying on the symptoms. And then you found the precision of your diagnosis becomes very limited. So this is how my style of practice come to life and bring the maximum effect of the treatment. So this is what I says: the symptom-based differential diagnosis has its limitations. So it has to be relying on the patient to give you as much information as possible. Also because this telephone, either the telephone or social media conversations, the communication has time, spending, time consuming, side effects. So then you will find, you might not be coming out because you're not face to face. You might not be able to get in a short term of conversation, might not be able to really get as much information as you can. Also, the tongue and pulse, as I said, if the tongue is not taking in proper lighting and also the duration of time to take the photos are not quick enough, the tongue look will be confusing and sometimes can be distracting. Obviously, there's no chance to take a pulse. So that is the limitation of the modern TCM practice during this time. I think because as the COVID pandemic goes on, and the style of practices might still carry on for quite a long time. So then that might affect the future style of practice of TCM, or including the mainstream medicines, like your GPs are not seeing you anymore face to face. Most of your consultation with a GP is already telephone consultations. I just give you a case. Give you just a case study to give you a quick example how my style of the treatment started to build up into these to build into those modern demands of practice. So this is a COVID infection patient, and the patient started to have very severe chest pain, and he sent a text to say, "Oh, there's a massive pain in front of my chest, which catches me when I cough." So so the pain is there, the time. You are not next to the patient. You cannot really sort of give any treatment, like hands-on treatment for them. What can you do? Even like talking about herbal treatment, you can't really send herbal, in a second, just show it, present it next to him in a second. So my style, acupuncture, and mixed with into the meridian palpation is, we find the most sensitive points on the relevant meridian that could be related to the pain, related to the major symptoms of patients, and ask them to do the massage on that. And immediately they had a good release from this massage. So after a while, the patient report back to me, say the pain has abated. I feel a lot better on the 150 of each. So it means just 150 circles on the point. So that the release of the pain and release of the symptom can be as quick as just within several minutes. 150 circle means less than 3 minutes. Here's another patient. So that was a meridian, but now this is the herbal treatment more. And this is a dentist in my city, and she contacted me for the symptom very close to COVID. Obviously, she said she got tested that was negative. However, she was experiencing all the symptoms that you expected to be on a COVID infection. So that includes those extremely tired, sickness, diarrhea, and all the symptoms. So again, I was using my own style of meridian palpation, asked her to test the point, and she gave me several points, and that feels very sensitive. And then I advised her to do those points. Oops. And then with her reporting back on those points, sensitivities, I was able to give a formula based on what we learned from reading and analyzing all those meridian sensitivities. Here is the formula I gave to her. This is about a 10-day supply of 5-gram powder twice daily, that dose. And then she sent me the next day, she received the powder and started to have powder because it's in the same city. So her husband came to pick up from my practice, and then she started to have that powder straight away on the same day. And then she reported back to me the night she took the first dose, she had all those, extreme symptoms that what we call healing symptom or detox symptoms. And she felt so much better the next day morning. So she texted me. So then this is what we're trying to say. Sorry, this is too sensitive. This is what I say. When you had two tools, the herbal medicine knowledge and your acupuncture and meridian knowledge, you can mix them together, make your own style, and then they actually greatly enable you to do more flexibly with different patients and different cases. So meridian point sensitivity can be quantified and therefore apply as a method to achieve higher precision on diagnosis. And also my style, also we emphasizing the yin and yang nature. This is all totally coming from the Chinese medicine, the core of traditional Chinese medicine philosophies. Yin yang nature of meridian points on each side of the body help with classification on cold, heat, exercise, efficiencies of conditions. And for solution of many complicated and lack of clue conditions, the meridian symptom formulation approach is a golden key. That means, for some very strange symptoms that you haven't got a clue how to do with that, you can actually explore, start with the exploration on the meridians. Usually meridians is an honest, keeper of all the secret of the body. So you can disclose a secret book of what's going on in the body, and then you can start to work on that according to those readings of the meridians. That's how I deal with many of those cases that generally we will give people like headaches and you scratch your head. You can't. We don't. For some of lack of experience practitioners, it might be a difficult case, but then this will enable them to learn much, to get to achieve much more higher success in their treatment. And in LACA, through proper training, all of us are able to gain the skills to provide a much higher efficacy in treatment for clients. So, the two cases just now I gave you was just a very simple cases to show you how we can do together. So if you are coming from an acupuncture background, training background, you're welcome to join us at herbal background. If you already had your herbal certificate, you're welcome to join our acupuncture background. So we can give you both and help you to develop into a more advanced style of practice. And so in LACA, we have the facility to blend all the methods into solid knowledge and skills for our students. To end today's talk, I'll give you another quick case. Oops. So dandruff. This is one of the patients come to me for dandruff. Obviously, this is also during the lockdown time. No chance to meet him face to face. No chance to take a pulse. So what we did, actually just help her to get through all this meridian track and read through the meridian, and we get an idea what's going on in that for the dandruff he's had for many years, as long as he can remember. So this is this is a young man in his late 20s or early 30s. So about 3 weeks of medication, herbal medicine I sent over, and that was the result of the medication. The dandruff's cleared, so that he was happy. And then for many of these, because I am not like a dermatology background training, I don't have much of a very profound trainings and experience in treating this, but I am still able to treat cases like this. Sometimes it totally like, no clue what can we do. Sometimes we say, oh, this dandruff is not okay, it's not a problem, you should treat it. But for those people who's very much into, they're very care about their image, that still can be a problem, and you have a solution for it. So this is, I give everyone, and especially for those young practitioners, when you start your journey of TCM practice, I think LACA can provide a much better chance for you to promote your own skills and knowledge and your confidence to face your future career. Okay, thank you for listening to me, and I look forward to seeing you at the college, at the LACA Academy. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ye. Could you end your slideshow? Okay. Thank you. Okay, let's move on.